Yo, what's up, guys? This is Vertical Football, and this is five things we learned brought to you by Vertical Football once again. Yeah. And it's Chelsea 1, Benfica nil. Chelsea 1, Benfica nil in the Champions League at Stamford Bridge. Yeah. Out of two matches now, lost the first one against Bayern Munich. And I'm happy for the win. Yeah. Let me just state that. I'm happy for the win. Not really happy about the performance for me, but the win, I'm very happy for it. So we can build on that and just get going, because it's like four matches now, no win, and just getting this one just will do us a whole lot of good than we having to draw it or actually lose the match. So I think we should just take the positive there and move on to the next one. So let's go right into the five things we learned in this particular one. And the first thing is in the style of play. I think I like what I saw in the first half. Didn't really see much of it in the second half. In the first half, we played more of a possession and direct football. Yeah, so it was kind of like a possession based and a direct based football. And what do I mean by that? We've seen Chelsea in recent times, the way we play, because we try to like build up slowly. It gives the opponent the opportunity to be able to sit back and hold their defensive shape tightly. Yeah, but in this particular match, in the first half, as we were building up and finding out, okay, we're slow in the build up. You had people like Chalobah, you had people like Enzo Fernandez falling deep to take long passes. Yeah, and it's not a surprise that I went through the stats even in the first half, and I found out that Chalobah had 6 long balls, 4 successful, and I saw 2 to Pedro and the other 4 going down the left-hand side, which I find it to be very beautiful. He didn't really pay off in this particular match, but if we can keep up doing stuff like that, it's going to help us to break the defensive of our opponents before they have the opportunity to go back and sit deep. And I know Mourinho didn't sit deep in this particular one, but if we can adopt that philosophy of playing both the possession-based football and the direct football, we will have the chance to like do to all those teams who always have the orientation to want to go and sit back. So before they do that, we can quickly go over that by sending long balls, and we'll do damage. And it will pay off, I believe. It will pay off. So let's see how it goes or let's see if Maresca will try these things out in next matches or matches where we are going to have situations like that. So another thing is, I would like to send my message to the Chelsea players. I think they lose their head too easily. Yeah, the second thing for me, we lose our heads too easily. And you look at the incident in the 67th minute. Yeah, that particular one could have cost us. Chalobah getting the ball, wanting to pass the ball to Badashile. Badashile is already doing something else. Probably trying to call a defender or call a midfielder in the middle of play, in your own goal post. If that guy had snatched the ball, that's just another goal again. That's just another goal, and then we'll come out in the end and come and tag it to individual error led to goal. Like, seriously. I think this guys needs to wake up about that particular thing. You cannot just be losing your head in the middle of the game. The game is at play. You have to be focused. You have to stay active. And I saw another one in the 76th minute, and this might elude a lot of people, but people who watch the game and try to look at things that are just more than when you are playing the ball is when Benfica was holding the ball in their own defensive third, and they were trying to pass the ball around, and then we had 4 players who they stood at like a diamond there. But the way they were marking, it was more like they were not marking anybody. You know that kind of a setting where it was almost like they didn't really know who to mark, but they wanted to go and mark. Yeah, and if you try and check it, it was in the 76th minute. They actually wrote it down. Yeah, and the ball, they just passed the ball to Osnes, or what's that guy's name? Osnes. Yeah, like, so it was more like just one pass beat 4 people. Like, we need to set our focus right. We need to set our head straight. And I say this is because of the way we are playing, because of the way we want to press, because of the way we set up, our head is very important in the match. You need to stay active. Your mind needs to be working. You cannot just be running around like headless chicken, forming activity or saying you are marking when you are actually doing nothing. Yeah, so I feel like we need to keep our head in the game for a longer period of time. Yeah, we need to keep our head in the game for a longer period of time. And the third thing for me is the output of our wingers. You're not going to touch any good level. You're not going to get to anywhere that you want to get to if you have wingers like this in your club. I bet you, and I'm so sad to say that, but we just have to start facing the facts and the reality of what it is. Garnacho, Gittens, it just makes me question that transfer, the transfer of these two guys. Yeah, I question it a lot in my mind. Like, are this guy actually worth it? Were they really the guy that we needed at the club? Yeah, like a whole lot of questions just keep like, are we going to get to a point where we will get the best out of these guys? A whole lot of questions just keep coming to my mind. Like, their output was poor, extremely poor. At some point, I took my book and I was jotting the amount of failed, unsuccessful take-ons that Garnacho had. And this is not me calling anybody out. It's just me speaking about the performance. And Gittens shows you the vibe of take one, take two, beat him, run, then what? It's always the question of then what? It's always the question of, okay, you have beaten that guy. Okay, you have dribbled him. What are you going to do next? Their output is bad with the whole amount of 1v1 that they got today. Like, Christ, you could have done something out of that. If you're not even going to get a goal, you should have gotten an assist. Yeah, in this particular match, either of the two guys, both in the first half or the second half, if a goal had not come out of that particular wing, at least an assist should have come out. And I know Garnacho got his own, but it was just like 1 in 20. Bro, is that the level? No, that's not the level. Is that the standard? No, that's not the standard. These guys need to work on their output, yeah. And Garnacho's 1v1, his 1v1 was poor, very, very poor. I think I still enjoyed Jamie Gittens' 1v1. It was just that the output was not there. But him taking on his player was very good. But his output was off the radar. Garnacho off the radar. I think these guys need to actually step up their game if they want to secure that position. And this is a very, I'm very sure I'm not the only one seeing it. The coach is seeing it. The management are seeing it. And it still make me just go back to my old questions of, is Tyreek George supposed to take a favorite the number one position over Jamie Gittens and Garnacho? And I think looking at the performance, not this particular match, accumulated performance, I think the question is beginning to answer its own self, and it's obvious what the answer is. But let's see how it plays out. Let's see how things go on with their performance and their output. Yeah. So for the fourth thing, I would say in the individual errors. I don't want to use. Should I use error? But let me just be straight and direct. The João Pedro's red card and the red card situation in Chelsea. And I just do not understand what that is now, where we just three red cards in 3 matches. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. 3 red cards in 3 matches. And I don't want to speak about just this match. I'll give the ref a part of the cake. Is to be blamed for it, because if you look at that what's it called? The first yellow card. This game is a game of contacts. You jump up, your hand is expected to touch the other person. It's not like you are punching him in the face or you are hitting him with an elbow or something. Like it's a leap. He's expected to leap up like that. Why was that a yellow card? I don't think that was a yellow card, but the second one definitely needed a yellow card. But because of the first error, he just pushed that guy into a space where he had to get the red card. And I don't know if I would actually say, should he have gone for the ball? Should he have used his leg? Should he have used his body? I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that particular part, but I think we need to do something. We need to talk to ourselves about getting red card in this club because that's very dangerous. Now you get the red card. I don't know how they want to split the red card if it's going to advance into the next match is actually Ajax. Think about situations like that, which I found like is very stupid. Yeah, to be honest, I think I need to bust out now. It's very, very stupid. If he wasn't Ajax, if he was Barcelona, is that where we are going to be finding ourselves playing without a striker, playing without somebody who can, if we're not seeing you as a striker, somebody who can act as a striker. And we don't know how far this is going to go. We don't know how far it is going to go. Yeah. We don't know if it is going to be one match or 3 matches, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. And I think these guys need to be very careful. They definitely need to be very, very, very careful. Very, very careful. Yeah. And so the last thing for me is nothing more. It's just to wrap it up and talk about I think we should just take the win and allow the motivation that a win can give you move on into the next match. Our next match is Liverpool in the Premier League. I think Liverpool lost their match against Napoli. 2 losses in a row. I'm not supposed to be speaking about Liverpool, but I've spoken about them. Let's get our head straight. Let's get our priorities right. Let's get everybody in fit shape and let's go into the next match. Let's show up, play football, play like you actually have something that you are fighting for. Yeah, so that's just what it is for me. That's what it is for me. And for Benfica, I think Benfica didn't study Chelsea at all. They didn't study Chelsea at all. They gave us opportunity to build up. They gave us opportunity for 1v1 in the, what's it called? 1v1 in the right wing and the left wing. Yeah, so I think they didn't study us. They didn't study us at all. They just came out to come and play. The morale, even from them, was low. It was very, very low. It didn't look so much like a threat in my viewpoints. It didn't look so much like a threat. And one last thing I would like to put, probably as a bonus or just let me speak about it, is Enzo Maresca. If I was Enzo Maresca, there was something he did that I feel like he should have done. I don't know if it is better or he should have done something else. In the fact that you bringing Estevao into the match, and I feel Estevao should have played on the right-hand side. And why do I say this? We had so much 1v1 situation. With Pedro Neto. 2 things you will get from Pedro Neto is run and beat this guy, get crosses. Or let me say 3, run and beat this guy, get crosses. Or run, beat this guy, run inside and try to make a cut back or a square play. And the third one is run, cut back and find somebody to drop the pass for. But with Estevao, you can get the dribble and running. You can get the dribble running and take a aim at goal by himself. With Estevao, you can get the not even going straight down, coming back and going into the zone 14 and find the very dangerous shots and stuff like that. In playing as the attacking midfielder, to some extent, it limited him. Why? Because they shifted themselves. Benfica shifted themselves in a way where they were sitting in the middle. The space was on the flanks. Keep the boy in one of these flanks so that he can play very well. I felt like that was what was needed for the guy. And we have considered 3 goals and we scored 1 against Bayern Munich. We need goals against all this team that we know we can beat comfortably. We need goals. Goals is a league format. All those things will be part of the things that will push you up. So I just think this is just my own viewpoint on this particular match. So what do you think, guys? Please drop it in the comment section. Let's see how you saw the match. And please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you have not done that. This is brought to you by Vertical Football. So we see you some other time. Thank you.